Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
3rd down and 1. Now it's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. The Texans at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And credit the tackle to Theo Jackson. 2nd down and 8. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Puka Nacua, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The numbers for Jones last week, 15 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He
tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Hands it off out of the gun. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Nifty move. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. And the slot man goes in motion left. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. That's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here's Darnold. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Darnold.
Very quick throw. He's got Myers.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Throwing again is Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
You have to figure with this offense on 2nd and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on 3rd and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become 4th down?
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Off play action, Fields.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. but they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Now a throw here, hauled in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Here's Fields. Pass complete there to Nakua.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. On a slant, here's Collins.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now Fields.
On the move to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Justin Fields
with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Henry To'o there to bring him down defensively.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
.39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
A fake there on the jet sweep as it's Fields off play action. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And running with power here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Fields.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now it's Darnold. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. An inside give to Jones. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Darnold.
He gets it to Addison.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Now Darnold.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Back to throw, Darnold.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it'll be intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
127 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Fields going to keep it running right.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Fields now to throw.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So the football going back to the Vikings offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Darnold now to throw.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
3rd and 4. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.